as I give you that teaser that there is continued growth. I'm going to highlight our sports medicine program, and I'm going to introduce you to somebody else who is in the current location. Many people don't know the comprehensive nature of our sports medicine program within Memorial Hermann, but we partner with a multitude of organizations. First of all, school districts. Dr. Sconzo, thank you for allowing us that opportunity. With that sports medicine program, we have physicians who participate in all kinds of athletic-related events. We have physicians who are on the sidelines of Friday night football games for many of the area schools. They also host Saturday morning injury clinics. So if you have one of your high school kiddos or athletic kiddos who are injured on the field Friday night, these guys open up their practice on Saturday morning so that they can be seen expeditiously and hopefully get them returned to play as quickly as possible. We also have physicians who make training room rounds. So if your student athletes are injured, they'll go out on a Wednesday afternoon and do an initial assessment of your kiddo. In addition to that, we have an outreach athletic trainer who serves as a liaison between our physicians and the athletic trainers in the school districts. We also do concussion testing for your kiddos. You've probably heard about concussions in sports a lot in the news, lately. So we provide all of Humboldt ISD with a baseline concussion test that's utilized as a part of a concussion exam if your student athlete has a head impact injury. In addition to that, in April and May, we provide athletic physicals at the local schools. Those athletic physicals are slightly different than your normal athletic physical that you get at your doctor's that your student may get at their doctor's office. 2 years ago, we added EKGs for all incoming 9th graders, which is not done in a typical athletic physical. So we wanted to get out ahead of the game and start providing this added service to help ensure that your students are safe as they play sports. In addition to that, if there is a student injury, we have a fast-track process into our emergency department. So you can get in and be seen, your student can get into the emergency room and be seen expeditiously. We have similar relationships with a lot of the club sports as well. And I'm not going to go through each of them, but you may recognize some logos up there of affiliation agreements that we provide a similar level of service to. So who are the fabulous doctors who come out and spend their Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday afternoons at many of the local football games? We've got Dr. Vasil Fedorov, who's been with us for several years, but because we've had so much support, this year we've had to add 2 new orthopedic surgeons. One of them, Dr. George Azude, who's with us today, so I'm going to ask him to stand up so you can see his real face, not just his photo. And then Dr. Michael Cusick as well. We're really, really proud of this team. This is the only orthopedic group in the area that are not only orthopedic surgeons, but they've received additional fellowship training in particular areas. For Dr. Fedorov and Dr. Azude, that's sports medicine. And to round that out, Dr. Cusick has done a shoulder and elbow fellowship as well. These guys have not only served as team physicians in Humboldt ISD, all 3 of them have experience with professional sports teams as well. So hopefully that gives you a lot of confidence in the event that your students may be injured. In addition to our 3 orthopedic surgeons, we have Dr. Sean Weaver, who's a family practice sports medicine trained physician. He's also affiliated with UT physicians as are Dr. Azude, Fedorov, and Cusick. And we added, as a member of our sports medicine team, Dexter Upton, which brings me back to the Kingwood location. In addition to Dr. Doe and Dr. Hodges, Dexter joined our Memorial Hermann Medical Group location with sports medicine and rehab, and I'm going to give him about 30 seconds to let you know what he does in the Kingwood location.
Okay, so I'd like to thank y'all for letting me be here. I provide a lot of orthopedic kind of comprehensive care from ages 8 to 108 whether that be the high school athlete or the elder adult. Any joint pains, aches, or if it's vestibular or balance issues, I can take care of all those needs. And I'd also like to invite y'all out to our location. If you have any questions, I'm always there, so just stop by and ask me a question. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
So as you've seen, we've added a few individuals, Dr. Doe, Dr. Hodges, and Dexter, into Kingwood. And of course, we can't stop there as we continue to grow in this market. We're really proud to announce that one of our UT orthopedic surgeons will be joining the Kingwood location. So you have orthopedic surgery options in your neighborhood close to home. And we anticipate that'll happen once we complete our x-ray build out sometime around the first quarter of 2015.
Okay, so on to our final presenter. One of the amazing things that the Lake Houston Chamber does is we have an economic development division, and Michael Pratt works in that. And what that does, if you guys aren't familiar with economic development, is what they do is focus on attracting businesses to come and set up shop here in the Lake Houston area. There's lots of great places. First of all, we want them all in Texas, right? But not only that, we don't want them over in Spring and in the Woodlands. We want them here. We want great, amazing places to set up shop here and have their kids go to our schools and go to Memorial Hermann and so forth. So we have an economic development division that puts these presentations together, showcases what an amazing place it is to be here. And so Michael Pratt is going to give you a quick presentation on some wonderful things that their group has been doing.
So not really going to talk too much about jobs and stuff like that. One thing kind of that wasn't mentioned is really retaining the businesses that we have, because that's where most job creation comes from, is really kind of the most important thing that we do. And obviously, attracting the big guys as well is something that we do as well that's important. But today, and I'm always available, by the way, if you ever have any questions, or you can call me, email me. We have our website that I'll kind of show you at the end. So I encourage everyone to kind of contact me if you have any kind of separate issues that I don't talk about today or that aren't ever covered. I'm always available. So today I'll just focus on Kingwood and really the residential and population growth that's going on right now. So first, kind of just take you through some residential population numbers. We've got kind of some commercial development going on that Stan kind of already covered, so we might not spend too much time on that, but just really the current population and household levels, the 2019 projections, and then kind of add my little local kind of understanding expertise in there as well for a little bit of analysis. So this is the whole Lake Houston area residential population numbers and growth and change that we've gone through from 1980, and then what's projected for 2019. So currently, right now, we've got about 240,000 residents in the Lake Houston area. That's a 6 zip code area. So about, let's say 250,000 folks right now. Projected to be close to 260,000 by 2019. Now, obviously, from 1980 to 1990, we almost pretty much doubled, more than doubled. So here is all the zip codes. So this is the individual kind of population and household numbers, and this is by descending order. So 346 kind of has the most population, and then going down to 345. So that's kind of the breakdown of the household and population numbers right now for 2014 for the whole Lake Houston area. Again, this is kind of a graphic that you can break down that takes these numbers and kind of puts them onto a map so you can kind of know where all the zip codes are. And this is our service area. It's very large, and this is kind of what the chamber and the EDP is what we're focused on. So just going into Kingwood, just Kingwood, so that's 77345 and 77339. We've got median average income levels, and you can see obviously it's projected to grow into 2019, which is important. Something else that's important to notice is the increase in the median age. So, you know, as time goes on, we'll have an aging population that'll age in place, so it's important to keep that in mind as far as our development for the future goes, and make sure that we're, you know, taking care of our population as best that we can. Household and population growth is kind of the next thing that we'll really look into, because I think that's the thing that'll have the most impact on folks right now and into the future. So again, this was the kind of historical growth that we've seen in just Kingwood only, from about 21,000 citizens in 1980 to now about 67,000, 68,000 right now today. We are projected, so the computer models, they take the past and kind of an idea of current growth, and they extrapolate that to 5-year projections. So Kingwood is projected to have an 8% residential population growth between now and 2019. However, we know that that is not true. I know it's not true, and I'm about to tell you why. This is something that we worked really hard on this year. It can be found on page 9 of this magazine, located right here on this table. If you don't want to pick up a piece of paper or look at paper and you'd rather look at it on a computer screen, you can go to the EDP or the Chamber website, and that magazine is linked as well. This is all of the residential, multifamily, and single-family residential growth that we know is going to take place. Either it's under construction right now, or it's scheduled for construction. Each one of these numbers on the map corresponds to the number right here, which it's hard to see, I know, but in the magazine and online it's a lot easier. So all of this residential growth equals about 13, and this is all 6 zip codes in the Lake Houston area, equals about 13,000 residential units. So those are either under construction or planned for construction. So what that means for Kingwood, which is right now, like I said, we've got about 26,000 households and about 68,000 residents. So the computer extrapolation says that by 2019, that will grow from about 68 to about 73,000, and households will grow from about 26,000 to 28. That's completely false. That's not true. It's going to be probably, just based on what we know is going on, it's going to be closer to 80,000 residents. So about 5,500 more residents we know are going to be here than what's currently projected. So about 80,000 will be the population of Kingwood, give or take, by 2019. And we know that the household growth will be 32,000, so about 4,000 more than what past growth rates would kind of predict. So, and again, these numbers are just to indicate the information that you can find on each individual development in the magazine. So if you want to see what River Point Village, the square footage and the average home price and things like that, all that information can be found in the magazine, either there or online. So total for Kingwood, we know that the residential units under construction or planned is just over 4,000. So if you take that number, 4,283, and you multiply it by what the average household size, which is 2.6 is the average household size of Kingwood, then you get these numbers right here. So that's kind of how I figured that out. And, good or bad, that's what's going to happen. So we've got a lot of household and residential growth coming in the next 5 years here, right now, and in the next 5 years in the Kingwood area. And again, these are, MF is multifamily, SF single family. And again, this is all that information kind of on each little subdivision can be found right here in that text below. Stan already covered this. Commercial development, Kingwood Main Street, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great development. We need more kind of high level, very good, well done, quality commercial development in the Kingwood and Lake Houston area. So this is important to have. I think everyone kind of has heard about Kings Creek. The top, I think most important things is the 1 million square feet of office space, which will allow companies and good job growth in the area. Luxury kind of condo apartments, which is what kind of empty nesters and then kind of also millennials, you know, those two cohorts of the population, which are the highest kind of cohorts of our population, will be wanting to live in, so that's good to meet those demands. Also, Kingwood Park, kind of the same model, you know, mixed use, modern, commercial, living, shopping, working, you know, Class A office space, high-end retail, and high-end residential units, jobs, you know, quality public spaces, and amenities. So I think these are all important for the area to have to not just retain the current population, but also attract, you know, future residents and businesses and companies. Shops at Kingsgate, which is at Kingwood Drive, just before you get to 494. That's going under redevelopment and renovation. I think most folks have kind of heard about that. So the main idea behind that renovation is to try to just increase the usage, make it more kind of people friendly. And Generation Park will be having its mixed use ESPA component is under construction right now. So it's more just a commercial kind of mixed use space. Job numbers, stuff like that. Like I said, if you're interested, we can talk about that later. If you want to email me, call me on the phone to get a better idea of the types of jobs and companies that have been coming into the area and that we've been trying to focus on. I'm always available to talk about that. And our website has all the information that I just covered. So if you ever want to take the time and look at it or explore around there, the website, the development map, everything on there is available 24/7, so I encourage everyone to go there and sign up for the EDP quarterly newsletter, our Facebook and Twitter page, which I try to keep updated information always flowing to. So appreciate your time, and like I said, I'm always available if anyone has any questions or comments or like to chat. So thanks.
Thank you, Michael. So really exciting things that are happening. We're going to let you guys go. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You guys have a wonderful and very safe season. Thanks again.